Hey expert, I want to ask you, when you said that these 1.6 acres of land would yield 900 kilograms of wheat, look at it now. It's about to be harvested, the fields have been irrigated, the fertilizers have been applied, and except for not using manure, where did that 900 kilograms of wheat go? Did you eat it? Do you think there will be even 40 kilograms? Even the cost of renting a harvester is 50 to 60 yuan for every 0.2 acres, and it's only grown this little. What's going on here? Expert, please come out and explain. Is this wheat infertile? Won't it produce seeds? I'm asking you, should I harvest it or not? If I harvest, it won't even cover the cost of the fertilizer and seeds. If I don't harvest, you won't let me burn it. So what should I do? Recently, Chinese Communist Party experts widely publicized that wheat yields this year could possibly exceed 5,000 kilograms per acre, prompting farmers to respond with videos. A netizen commented, "The experts' figure includes the weight of the wheat stems and manure. Experts love to see you grinding your teeth, that's what they're good at." A farmer sarcastically remarked, while looking at the sparse crops in his field,
I
checked the field and this wheat is actually growing quite well. This could break 900 kilograms.
Another netizen responded, "Just from observation, it looks like I'll get at most 40 kilogram. The experts' predictions are spot on." No, the experts said it could exceed 30,000 kilograms per acre. We can't even harvest enough seeds. Leave them for ourselves to eat. Whether cheap or expensive, we won't sell it. Let city folks eat the money. Some netizens say that the so-called experts of the Communist Party often fabricate false cases for political achievements or funding. These yield figures come from experimental fields, and those results were manipulated. An experimental field refers to a small section of land where lighting, irrigation, fertilization, and even temperature are controlled to achieve specific yields. This year, extreme weather hit China, with severe drought in northern regions. How could farmers reach the yield of an experimental field? A vlogger commented, "When I saw that farmer's yield, I just wanted to laugh." A farmer said,
"I got this much from 600 square meters.
The blogger responded,
"Where's the expert who said that now? Didn't he say that the yield is over 900 kilograms? Look at this guy's wheat. Why does it feel like he doesn't even have 50 kilograms? But don't be too self-depreciating. I think your wheat is better than China Railway number 14 groups. They're even worse than you. I'm telling you, all they have are bald spots. From a distance, it looks like bald heads, and up close, like tree saplings."
In December 2024, Chinese media reported that under the support of CCP policies, the state-owned enterprise China Railway number 14 Bureau obtained over 2,300 acres of basic farmland management rights in Dongying City, Shandong Province. The crops grown include corn, wheat, and rice. People are concerned that the involvement of state-owned enterprises in agriculture could suppress the livelihood of farmers.
Yesterday, I posted a video saying that China Railway number 14 group planted wheat on 1,400 acres of land in Dongying, Shandong. But the result was as if they hadn't planted anything at all. I didn't expect the video to go viral so quickly. Some locals said the real reason is that China Railway has no farming experience and planted the seeds too deep, so the wheat seedlings couldn't break through the soil. Others defended China Railway number 14 group, explaining that the land was saline alkaline soil near the coast, which is unsuitable for growing crops, and even trees don't grow there. But is this really the case?
The blogger said that in December 2024, China Grain Network reported that China Railway number 14 Bureau obtained 2,300 acres of land in a designated area, with 1,400 acres used for wheat, which is considered basic farmland. Those defending them should first check what basic farmland actually means. This land, near the mouth of the Yellow River and Yangmiao community, used to grow crops, and people relied on it for their livelihoods. Henan's Yuanyang used to be saline alkaline land, but after irrigation from the Yellow River, it became home to China's best rice. Even land near the Yellow River turns into fertile farmland with irrigation. If it truly couldn't be farmed, why was it designated as basic farmland in the first place? With 2,300 acres planted like this, whoever is responsible should take the blame, instead of using the salinity of the land as an excuse.
很多人认为中铁14局包地一定会赔钱。
Many people think Railway number 14 Bureau will lose money by taking on farming. I can clearly tell everyone today that they won't lose money. They'll actually make money. Many people doubt this, thinking I'm talking nonsense. But if we analyze it deeper, why are they taking on the land? Is it just for the sake of revitalizing agriculture? Actually, their main goal is to secure long-term land management rights. Once they have the rights, what can they do? This allows them to increase the company's fixed assets. Once they increase fixed assets, what does that allow them to do? They can then get credit from banks, and with that, they can get low interest rate loans. They were originally in construction, where normal loan rates are relatively high, but loans for farming are much lower. With these loans, they can then invest in other projects, which changes everything. So, whether they farm well or not doesn't matter to them. As long as the land doesn't get lost, that's public property being protected. Whether they make a lot or a little, or even if the farming is bad, it's just a matter of operational losses. Some may say, what if they lose money year after year? After losing for 2 or 3 years, they'll just subcontract the land to local farmers, but the land management rights will still be in their hands. In this case, public assets aren't lost, and they can make a profit by subcontracting the land. Why wouldn't they want that? So I believe there's no reason for them to lose money. A netizen commented that the blogger made a good point, but missed one thing. China Railway No. 14 Bureau can also receive state agricultural subsidies. Others added that corrupt officials never lose money. Instead, the country and the people pay the price. With the national treasury depleted, farmers' costs are rising, while these corrupt individuals get richer. A netizen pointed out that it's not just China Railway No. 14 Bureau getting involved in farming, but other major state-owned enterprises are starting to cross into agriculture as well. This reveals something. Apart from the corruption of state-owned enterprises, it also shows that the authorities realize China is facing a serious food crisis. In December 2024, the Chinese Communist Party held the Central Rural Work Conference, discussing agricultural issues for 2025. The government claims yields are at an all-time high, yet China imports tens of millions of tons of grain every year. The CCP leader also introduced a new term, the big food concept, but challenges like economics, soil quality, and arable land area persist. On December 13, 2024, China's National Bureau of Statistics announced that the country's total grain output in 2024 reached 70 million tons, an increase of 1.6% from the previous year. However, custom data showed that from January to November 2024, China imported 14.7 million tons of grain, a 3.1% increase. That grain cost $65 billion. In 2023, grain imports totaled 16.2 million tons, an 11.7% increase from 2022. From these figures, it's clear that while the government claims record-breaking production, China still imports tens of millions of tons of grain every year, with import volumes rising annually. World Bank data from 2021 shows that China's per capita arable land is less than a third of Brazil's and a sixth of the US's. Soil degradation and pollution in China leave little room for expanding arable land. Reuters reported that Beijing authorities frequently call for the protection of fertile land and plan to complete a 4-year soil survey by 2025. The last survey, in 2014, found that 40% of arable land had degraded due to excessive use of chemical pesticides and heavy metal pollution. Analysts believe that in recent years, local governments have relied more on land finances, acquiring vast amounts of land for real estate development, causing many areas to be abandoned. The authorities are very concerned that if a serious food crisis breaks out, it could severely impact the CCP, which relies heavily on grain imports. The CCP is attempting to ensure food safety by involving state-owned enterprises in agriculture. China Railway No. 14 Bureau's entry into farming is just the beginning. Under CCP policies, more state-owned enterprises will likely enter agriculture in the future. The authorities aim to reduce the need for large-scale agricultural product imports and increase China's food self-sufficiency, but implementing this is difficult. Davy J. Wong, a Chinese-American economist, explained that in this process of state-owned enterprises entering agriculture makes it hard for farmers to ensure their rights. He said, CCP documents emphasize the protection of farmers' rights to information, participation, and earnings. But in practice, these aren't implemented like other rights such as freedom, democracy, and the right to protest. He also noted that once farmers lose their land, their livelihoods will be severely impacted. He said agricultural society and industrial society are two different systems. Transitioning farmers to factory jobs without significantly lowering their living standards is nearly impossible, and they will likely be criticized for being forced into cities with high rent and housing prices. Realistically, this is something that can happen. Moreover, this national-level strategic move mirrors the historically forced physical economic models and macroeconomic planned economies seen in countries like China, Cambodia, Myanmar, Vietnam, and the Soviet Union. Even in places with abundant agricultural resources, food shortages and even famine have occurred. Davy J. Wong cited examples like the Soviet collective farms and China's people's communes, which ultimately led to farmers losing their land, production funds being disrupted, and a food crisis. China only solved its agricultural issues in the 1980s, when it allowed people to contract land again. He added that China's land resources are fragmented and vary greatly across regions. Products created through planned economies may not meet market demand. Moreover, anyone who dares to question the production issues of CCP-controlled industries could face imprisonment. Wang said, "The end result is likely to be the same as the rice planting on the mountain 2 years ago. In the end, it's just a mess. All the resources are wasted. The original forests are gone, and the soil has eroded. This kind of large-scale construction results in a waste of land resources, as well as manpower and materials. In the end, it will come to nothing." A netizen added, "Chinese farmers really have it hard. In addition to natural disasters, there are human-made disasters. Besides facing the plundering of resources by state-owned enterprises and land grabs, they also have to deal with local bullies and village officials exploiting the lower classes."
Look at this guy. What is he doing? Hey, what are you doing there? Isn't that bad for your conscience? The harvester is about to cut the wheat. Why are you tying rebarb to it? You're going to break the harvester. A harvester costs hundreds of thousands. Is it easy for people to afford? There are only 20-something days a year for this. Are you going to break the harvester? Where are you from? Tell me where you're from. Call the police. Don't run.
Netizens commented, "This guy is so bad. He doesn't even look like a good person. How could he get away?" On June 5th, Ms. Yan, a farmer from Hebei, said, "When I was harvesting in the middle of the field, I found 2 of these things in the ground. It looks like they were welded recently, probably just 2 or 3 days ago because rebar rusts over time. My harvester's guard and blades got a bit damaged, but luckily the tires didn't get punctured. I'm really angry, but I consider myself lucky because I spotted it. If the tires had been punctured, it would have destroyed the day. Now I'm having someone check in front of the harvester to see if there's anything else. This is the first time I've seen something like this. The rebar was also secured with a metal plate underneath, so it didn't fall over. I've already reported it to the police." In the comments, netizens said, "Every year there are people like this. Those who own machines in the village don't want machines from outside to come and harvest. Back in my hometown, every year during corn harvest, someone would wrap a 30-centimeter long rebar with transparent tape around the middle of the corn stalk. When the machine cuts from below, the rebar and the corn would be sucked into the machine, ruining the sieve."
Luckily, the driver has sharp eyes, or something could have happened. What does it mean to stick rebarb into a wheat field? I just asked the farmer, and he was stomping his feet in anger. He didn't know who did it, but he pulled out 2 pieces, and there's still 1 left in the field. Who would invest so much in this?
The video shows someone sticking rebar into a wheat field, and a harvester catching fire after its blade scraped against the rebar. A netizen commented, "It's all local competitors doing this. Local costs are high, so we hire outsiders to harvest." Another netizen added, "Do you know why local harvesters are so much more expensive than those from outside? It's because the ones who monopolize the harvesters in these areas are village chiefs, local bullies, and party secretaries. You can't afford to mess with them." Another netizen said that the food crisis has already quietly begun, and many netizens have recently posted videos warning everyone.
Everyone, pay attention. It's not too late. Listen to my advice. While nothing has happened yet, make sure to stock up on food at home. Food reserves are more reliable than cash in your pocket. As the old saying goes, when there's food at home, the heart remains calm. And there's truth to it. The current international situation is very tense, and viruses are appearing frequently. Moreover, extreme weather has become routine. Those who have stocked up food may not get rich overnight, but at least they won't go hungry. On the other hand, those who have money but no food might spend all their wealth and still not be able to buy a bag of life-saving food. Times have changed. It's wise to prepare in advance. This isn't alarmist talk, but a kind reminder from someone with foresight. Are you ready now?
各位积德行善的家人们
Dear family members, this video is very important. Please pay attention and share it. The global food war has already started, and the global food shortage will become more severe in 2025. You've probably seen the news recently that the price of a 5-kilogram bag of rice in Japan has risen to over 200 yuan. Many people might say, don't change the topic. Look at their income. Yes, their income is indeed higher, but last year at this time, the price of rice was less than half of what it is now. To respond to this rare food shortage, the Japanese government extended the shelf life of many food products in stores. This shows how severe the food shortage is. Plus, the western US has faced a rare drought, which has caused widespread reductions in corn and soybean production. The tropical rainforest in Brazil has suffered from severe ecological imbalances due to overlogging, and India has been hit by a large-scale locust plague, damaging corn, wheat, and rice crops. The US, Brazil, and India are all major grain-producing countries, which makes it clear that this global food crisis is coming fast and furious. On top of that, ongoing wars and conflicts in many parts of the world have turned the food issue into a major focus. As the world's largest grain importer, how should we respond? For ordinary citizens, cherishing food and rejecting waste is a form of good deeds.
In recent years, China has experienced abnormal weather patterns, and this year is no exception. With floods in the south and droughts in the north, extreme weather has reached a crisis point, and large-scale crop failures are now certain. The involvement of state-owned enterprises in agriculture will only exacerbate the food crisis. They cannot manage the land properly, yet they cause more farmers to go hungry and become displaced. All of this is likely to lead to disastrous consequences in the near future. Many people are saying that a change is coming this year, with famine and chaos on the horizon. Perhaps these rumors are not without basis, and stocking up on food might be a good idea.
老天呐，下一点雨吧！